The game of golf has many great championships. The elite play for the claret jug or to wear the green jacket. For this group of golfers, ambitions of playing at the Open and the Masters may never be realised, but they possess both talent and passion. Welcome to the EGA European Team Championship for golfers with disability.
Very good.
11 countries were represented in Portugal. Each player was full of pride to take their place at the opening ceremony at Quinta Lago. And all of them wanted to be recognised for their golfing skills rather than their disability.
We're golfers first. That's one of our mottos. We're golfers first, and we're just people with disabilities, really. That's all we are.
We need people that get used to disabled golf, because when I go to a golf course, it's like, what is happening?
All of us are good sportsmen.
They need to know that disabled golf exists and that some disabled players are very good players.
The venue for the championship was the beautiful South Course at Quinta del Lago. Over 3 days, teams would play for the European Team Championship, a stroke play event, and the Nations Cup, to be decided by the Stableford scoring system. Last time around, Sweden were victorious in the European Championship. They brought the same quartet to Portugal, and once again the Swedes showed that they would be one of the teams to beat. The Day 1 format was foursomes, and as always that relied on both partners doing their bit. The Spanish team proved that as they enjoyed a strong opening day with some brilliant play on the tough par 3 15th. The English weren't present at the last European Team Championship, but in Portugal they were looking good going into the second day. By the end of play, England and Spain were joint second, just one shot behind leaders France. And central to their early success was their coach.
Normal people, then they think, oh, he missed a leg, but he can play golf. The disability, they got it anyway, but they don't want to talk about it. They just want to talk about the game and the performance they can do. And they show us that they really can do.
On day 2 of the European Team Championship, the format would be greensomes. Sweden needed to make a move in defence of their title. Starting the day 2 shots behind leaders France, Joachim Björkman and his teammates looked good throughout their round. They would finish the day where they began, in 4th place. A repeat victory not totally out of the question. The French team began the day as leaders. Some of their play was exceptional, but with 2 strokes covering the top 4 at the outset, the chances of them retaining the lead was far from certain. And that was because both Spain and England were producing some low scoring around the South Course. England's inclusion into this year's championship was reaping dividends for Mark Smith and his fellow teammates. France's place at the top of the leaderboard had been taken by England. Spain were in second, with Sweden 4th. One golfer playing for the Israeli team in the Nations Cup was Shlomo Ivgi. Golf has played a major part in turning his life around.
When I was 18 and a half, I wounded in the Israeli army. I get bullet in my back. Since then, I'm sitting in a wheelchair. I want to tell you a story. The first time that I get this new machine, we finished tournament, and the moment that the national hymn start to play, I find myself standing like that. Think about after 35 years, I standing and I start to sing the national hymn Tikva. And the moment that it's coming, and then I realize that I stand up. And I start to cry like a child. I said, it's the first time after 35 years I can stand.
Whilst Shlomo was going well in the Nations Cup, the third and final day of the European Championship saw England get off to a perfect start at the first. The deciding day was singles play, and day one leaders France were definitely in the hunt, as was Spain, who matched their playing partners shot for shot. An exciting battle for the #1 spot was already underway. And by the time the final group had left the 9th green, England had been caught and eclipsed by both France and Spain. The European Team Championship would go down to the wire. England, France and Spain were locked in battle as they fought for supremacy. Any slip-up at this point could prove disastrous. No golfer was immune to the pressure. Spain missed an easy putt. And England came agonisingly close too. However, France was still going strong. Once Spain had holed the final putt and niceties had been exchanged, everyone headed off to the leaderboard to wait for the results to be calculated. The 3 best scores from each team would count. Only the scorer knew who would prevail. It was decided by the narrowest of margins, coming down to who had the better score of the 4th players between France and Spain. And it was the French who were declared the winners.
It's been hard work, but always with the friendship spirit, so it's always nice to be with these guys. So when it comes to a win, it's always fantastic.
We've lost 2 years ago, now we've won. It means that we can smile and we can have fun tonight. Regardez, la coupe elle est française cette année. Ouais!